Did you ever see that thing where Sean Connery is talking to Barbara Walters and she asks him about hitting chicks?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And he's like, sometimes you give them the last word.
How are you?
I can't believe we never met each other till today. That's kind of crazy.
It's really weird.
It's kind of crazy. It was always like at the store, they're like, Katt was here last night. I'm like, it was always two ships in the night. Luring all the politicians into the honeypot.
Yeah.
And how many people died because of that?
We're never going to know. They're never going to let us. We'll never know.
Joe Rogan has always been vocal about the shady side of Hollywood and how it blackballs its actors after they refuse to conform to its ways, and it seems he might be right. Recently, he just revealed about some of the actors that have been blackballed in the industry. So let's have a look at those big names while giving Joe Rogan the credit he deserves for standing up and speaking out. But of course, before we go any further, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more updates and videos like this. Now let's get going. Monique.
This is the first Academy Award and nomination for Monique.
Monique has been vocal over a decade about Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Tyler Perry, allegedly blackballing her for refusing to do unpaid promotional press for the 2009 film Precious. The dispute began when Oprah and Tyler insisted Monique promote the film without pay, which wasn't in her contract.
When you don't do what we ask you to do, we'll take your livelihood. So for 8 years, my family has suffered and my career has suffered because what I would not allow those entities to do was bully me.
Monique, who was only paid $50,000 for the movie, felt it was unfair to expect free promotional work. When she declined, Tyler Perry warned her about the potential financial benefits of Oscar nominations, but Monique stood her ground, refusing to work for free. This clash of values escalated as Tyler allegedly undermined Monique's acting opportunities after she declined to attend the Cannes Film Festival for Precious.
I don't really know Oprah, but I'm gonna reach out to Tyler. Appreciate that. Kevin kept his word. He reached out to Tyler Perry. Kevin Hart called me back about maybe a week or so later. He said, Mo, I talked to Tyler. He said he don't want to revisit it.
Despite her busy schedule and declined requests for compensation, Monique found herself portrayed as demanding and difficult in industry reports. It boiled down to a simple request for fair compensation, turning into unwarranted backlash against her reputation. Katt Williams.
To humble yourself and say, they're not paying me, y'all. And they not making my pay go up because I'm doing better or nothing. It don't matter to them that I'm famous and people know me or nothing. They want to pay me exactly what they paying the new girl.
Katt Williams, the outspoken American comedian and actor, has always been known for his bold views on the entertainment industry. His breakout role as Money Mike in Friday After Next propelled him to fame.
How did you come up with that and say, you know what, this is how he should dress, this is how he should talk, this is how he should look, this is the kind of whip he should ride, this is how he should talk?
So if you'll remember that was my first movie, just understand that what I did then, I've done with every single role.
However, as his career soared, he faced pressure to conform to certain expectations, including wearing dresses on screen. In a recent interview, Williams recounted a tense encounter with Martin Lawrence, who wanted him to wear a dress for a role in Big Mama's House 2.
Dress wearing people before him. So now we have Big Mama's House 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses.
Refusing to compromise his principles, Williams turned down the part, citing his dignity and refusal to disrespect himself or his community. He believes Hollywood has an agenda to weaken and ridicule black men, and he disagrees with the use of dresses for comedic effect.
Wearing a dress in the SNL skit, and Dave Chappelle spoke about that as a comedian. Black actors are always, being asked to wear dresses.
Williams also spoke out about the existence of the Illuminati, a secret society he claims manipulates and exploits black artists. He warns others to be wary of its influence, as he believes it aims to portray black men as clowns and buffoons for its own gain. Despite facing backlash for his outspokenness, Williams remains steadfast in his beliefs and urges others to stay vigilant against manipulation.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then They get punched in the face all the time.
Sylvester Stallone. Stallone starred with Michael B. Jordan in Creed and Creed 2. He got an Oscar nod for his role in the first Creed, so many were surprised when he wasn't in Creed 3. It was the first time in 9 movies and 47 years that Rocky Balboa wasn't in a Rocky film. Stallone didn't like the direction Creed 3 was taking and argued with the producer, Irwin Winkler. Critics say Creed 3 is much darker than the usual Rocky films. Stallone's fight with Winkler was a big reason he wasn't in Creed 3. They've been fighting for years over who owns the rights to Rocky. Stallone sold the rights to Winkler a long time ago, not realizing how big the franchise would become. This disagreement might mean Stallone won't play Rocky again.
You can't make peace. I mean, let's be realistic here. You can't make peace when someone has been so nefarious, in my opinion.
In November 2022, Stallone talked to SiriusXM and said it was tough emotionally to let go of the Rocky series for Creed 3. Stallone called Winkler, the producer, nefarious. He first talked about his anger over the Rocky rights in 2019. Even though Stallone made money from the original movie and early sequels, he doesn't own the characters. In 2022, Stallone and Winkler's fight over the Rocky rights flared up again. Stallone posted on Instagram in July, portraying Winkler as a serpent with a knife tongue. A bit later, MGM said they were making a new Rocky spin-off about the Drago family. Dolph Lundgren played Rocky's Russian rival in Rocky IV, and Florian Munteanu played his son in Creed 2. Stallone didn't know about the spin-off and criticized it publicly. He said he never wanted his Rocky characters used like this and felt betrayed by the producers. Stallone also mentioned his respect for Dolph Lundgren and praised his friendship with Carl Weathers.
Beautiful relationship on screen and off.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, it still chokes me up. I was numb to the fact because I saw him as Superman. He really was.
Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers, forever etched in cinematic memory as the indomitable Apollo Creed, epitomized the archetype of the action hero. However, beneath the veneer of success lay a tale of confinement and missed opportunities. Weathers found himself shackled to roles that failed to tap into his full range as an actor, thanks to an industry eager to exploit his physicality for profit. Despite attempts to break free from this suffocating mold with projects like Action Jackson and the forgettable TV series Fortune Dane, Weathers remained ensnared, a victim of Hollywood's penchant for easy categorization. In the turbulent entertainment industry, black actors like Denzel Washington shine as beacons of hope, skillfully evading typecasting and showcasing their versatility across genres. Despite Washington's success, it's crucial to acknowledge systemic biases in the industry. This is evident in the lukewarm reception of Carl Weathers' Action Jackson compared to Washington's consistent acclaim, reflecting the industry's preference for certain narratives and stars.
Speaking of Rocky, you lost someone very near and dear to you last week.
No, that was terrible.
Carl Weathers.
So shocking, you know. Every time I just swell up with it. He was magnificent.
Television further illustrates this bias, with Weathers' limited success contrasting Washington's ability to transcend industry barriers, as seen in his role on St. Elsewhere. Yet, amid challenges, Weathers actively supports fellow actors, as demonstrated by Gina Carano's Instagram tribute revealing his solidarity during her controversy on The Mandalorian. Weathers' supports underscores his impact beyond his own career achievements, despite being repeatedly blackballed in the industry. Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe hasn't filmed in the U.S. since 2019, choosing to split his time between his farm in Australia and his Sydney apartment. The pandemic halted his travels, with Crowe opting to do most of his press work from his farm over the past 4 years. Despite his previous frequent trips to the U.S. between 1992 and 2019, he hasn't returned for work or press tours since the pandemic began. Although Crowe's name isn't in the tabloids quite as often anymore, his reputation still precedes him. Unfortunately, he's known as much for his volatile temper as he is for his acting skills. Perhaps all the negative media coverage that Crowe received after that fateful moment when he decided to throw a phone taught him an important message about the serious pitfalls of fame. Nothing is totally private, and your mistakes will almost always follow you in one way or another. Unfortunately for Crowe's career prospects, his bankability has been in decline for several years now. No matter how talented an actor is, studios want to work with talent who can can bring in the big bucks, and nowadays they can do better than Crow. Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes rose to prominence in the 90s with standout performances in films like White Man Can't Jump and The Blade Trilogy, captivating audiences with his charisma and on-screen presence. However, his Hollywood journey took a sharp turn when he faced serious tax evasion charges from 1999 to 2001, accused of dodging $7 million in taxes. Snipes fell into trouble due to bad advice from his accountant and anti-tax advocates, leading to misdemeanor charges for failing to file his taxes properly. Despite his appeal, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld his sentence. Snipes' belief in false tax theories proved costly, serving as a cautionary tale about the seriousness of tax obligations. Reflecting on his time behind bars in a recent interview, Snipes shared how the experience gave him clarity on his values and life purposes. He takes responsibility for his choices, acknowledging the impact of his decisions on his career and personal growth. Despite attempts at a comeback, Snipes understands the complexities of Hollywood and remains remorseful for his actions. But here's where things get messy. Despite Wesley trying to move on and make amends, Hollywood seems to be giving him the cold shoulder. It's like everywhere he turns, they're bringing up his past mistakes. Some folks think it's totally unfair. I mean, who hasn't messed up before, right? But nope, Hollywood seems more interested in the drama than his talent. Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen, once commanding a staggering $1.8 million per episode for 2.5 Men, faced a drastic downturn. Despite having $10 million to his name, a substantial sum by most standards, it was a stark contrast to his previous earnings. He even sought to reduce his child support payments due to a lack of consistent work and being ostracized from Hollywood's inner circle. Sheen claimed he was effectively blacklisted, not due to political views, but because he became uninsurable. This meant studios were wary of hiring him due to concerns about his unpredictable behavior. His reputation for tumultuous antics, predating his infamous tiger blood phase, made him a risky bet for employers.
There's a thing that happens in that town, in that area, where the people that think outside of the norm say it in like...
The occurrence of actors being blacklisted in Hollywood is indicative of the industry's systemic issues. It's troubling to consider how many others may face similar consequences in the future. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.